All right, good Friday evening, everyone. Another edition of Weather for Weather Geeks as we get set for the weekend. It's going to be a record setter, we think, tomorrow, and finally the pattern's going to start changing late next week. But in the meantime, enjoy this January treat. As I've been doing a lot lately, I want to kind of start out with some statistics this evening. And again, this may surprise some people. We're talking about the snow so far this year. Let me actually move this along a little bit so you can see this a little easier. The snow so far this year has been not only above average, but above last year by quite a bit. And we're talking about our average being about 30.2. We've had 33.4 inches so far this winter. Now, most of this, of course, came in December, and we even had a little back in November. But January has been pretty snow-free so far, only a handful of inches officially at the airport. Now, last winter at this point, we had 10 inches of snow total through January 20th. So we've had over 3 times that much so far this winter. So again, a little bit surprising considering how warm and snow-free January has been. December was pretty cold and pretty snowy as well. When we look at the region as a whole, these are the snow numbers compared to average. We are above average here. Now, not everyone shares in this. For instance, Cleveland is running about 16.5 inches below average. Columbus is about 6 inches. Up towards Buffalo, they haven't had as much lake effect, so they're running about 20 inches below average. While Rochester, interestingly enough, is 2 inches above average. So it just sort of depends on where you are, but here in Youngstown, we are officially 3.2 inches above average for the winter so far. So again, a little bit surprising. All right, 2-degree guarantee. We've had a handful of misses this week, some tough forecasts, but we were on the money today. We were only 2 degrees off. The actual high this afternoon was a balmy 52. And so far, our accuracy in 2017 standing at 70%. We finished 2016 with an accuracy around 78%, and my goal for this year is to get us up above 80% for daytime highs. We meticulously keep track of our accuracy statistics here, and I track a few other sources of weather information for the region as well, and we were the most accurate last year, and so far, 20 days into the month, we are the most accurate source of weather information that you're going to find anywhere here in the Mahoning and Shenango Valleys. All right, when I recorded this this evening at 7:37 p.m., still some light rain and drizzle in some parts of the area, and actually there's some shallow ground fog setting up in some places. You don't see that on our Niles cam, but around parts of Boardman and into parts of western PA as well, I have seen some evidence of some shallow fog setting up, and fog is a concern overnight. Notice our Futurecast visibility product here drops the visibility down below a mile in some spots. Now, oftentimes this product is overdone with the amount of fog, so a lot of this could just be low stratus clouds, but still, we're going to have to watch for some patches of fog at least overnight. Now, again, tomorrow temperatures are the big story. Temperatures tomorrow morning will start out in the lower and middle 40s, and then it's off to the races. Our record high tomorrow is 59. I think we're going to break that by a couple of degrees. We're going for an official high of 61 tomorrow afternoon, almost a full 30 degrees above the average. Now, Sunday's record is 69, and that's out of reach, but Sunday's going to be almost as warm as tomorrow. We're talking upper 50s by Sunday afternoon, so it's going to be a very, very balmy weekend, and a largely dry one as well. Now, despite a lot of clouds tomorrow, temperatures, again, have no trouble heading up and away. As we go into Sunday, I think we're largely dry. I've left a small chance of a shower or two in the afternoon in our forecast. I wouldn't be shocked if a couple of showers tried to crop up before the day is through, but most of it's going to be to our south. So again, pretty good day to get outdoors if you want on Sunday. Just have your Storm Tracker 21 app on standby just in case you need to look at that interactive radar. And of course, Andrew and Candace will keep you updated on Sunday on what's going on. And as we head into Monday, I think there's an increased chance of wet weather as this low pressure system tracks across parts of the Carolinas. It's going to throw some moisture up to the northwest, and so I've got a good chance of showers in our forecast as we kick off a new work week on Monday. All right, Jetstream's going to finally change configurations towards the end of next week, and that will allow for a pattern change. Now, this is not going to be a super cold pattern by any stretch. It's just kind of a normal mid to late January pattern. So as I put this in motion, notice what happens. Trough moves out of the west and finally sets up camp in the eastern U.S. This is next Friday. Nice trough digging into the Great Lakes, the Northeast as well. Of course, the Great Lakes are still wide open for business, so if we can get some cold air, lake effect will indeed set up, and I think we're going to get some at least lake enhancement going on towards the end of next week. This is the GFS model on Thursday, showing cold, gusty winds and some snow showers and flurries probably around. There might be a little lake enhancement going on with this as well. And then as we transition into Friday, the map looks pretty similar. It's a cold northwest flow and some flurries and snow showers in the vicinity. Could there be some small accumulations with this? It's possible. We're a week out, so it's too early to say. But if the lake gets involved a little bit here, we could have enough to maybe break out the shovels very late next week into next weekend. Now, how long does that pattern stick around? That's a challenging forecast. Right now, I think February is going to start cold. There's some concern, though, that the warmth may snap back fairly quickly in February. That's a growing concern. So, I've been talking about how February could be more like December. We could have a bookend winter, cold December and February, warm January. I think the month starts cold, but I'm getting a little concerned about the rest of February that we might just have a hard time getting the cold to stick. So good news if you don't like winter weather, but maybe not so great news for our original winter forecast, which did call for a colder than average February. So we're going to fine tune that as we get closer. In the meantime, thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks this week. I will see you back here on Monday and hope you have a great weekend and a great Friday evening as well. I know the weather's not great out there this evening, but hey, we're not shoveling anything, that's for sure.